In this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview of how to use footage from the PXW FS5 with DaVinci Resolve. So first of all, I'm going to start DaVinci Resolve. I'm going to log in to DaVinci Resolve and then start a brand new project. So this is the first window that you're greeted with when using DaVinci Resolve. This is the media window, and it's here where you bring your footage into Resolve. And it's very easy to do that. We simply navigate to where our footage is. Over here you'll see I have a folder called Dubai FS5, and in here are copies of the cards that I shot on. So I'm going to pick one of those cards, double click on Private, then on XD Root, because XD Root is where the files are saved, and then Clip. And in a moment you'll see the files open up and we'll get a thumbnail view of all the clips on the card. Once you have your thumbnails, it's simply a case of selecting the clips that you wish to import, and I'm just going to bring a selection of clips into Resolve, selecting them, and then just drag and drop down here to the media pool. Now you may see this warning. What's going to happen here is DaVinci Resolve is going to adjust its settings to match the clips that you're using. So just click Change. Once your clips are in DaVinci Resolve, once you have them in your media pool, you then need to go to the Edit room. And we do that by clicking down here at the bottom of the screen on Edit. Now once you're in the edit room, you can start editing, and that's really quite simple and very similar to the majority of other edit suites. Simply take a clip, double click on it to open it in the preview window, and then we can play it or scroll through it, and press I to mark in or press O to mark out. Then once you've marked your in or out points, you can drag the clip down here to the timeline and insert the clip in the timeline. I can then go to another clip. Let's have a look at this clip here and do the same. So I'm going to mark in by pressing I on the keyboard, and by pressing O on the keyboard mark an out point, and I can place that in the timeline. So now I've got a couple of clips in my timeline. I might want to think about grading them. Now to start grading, we go down here and we choose the color room, and we click on color down here, and that takes us to the grading area within DaVinci Resolve. Now this clip here was shot using Slog. You can see it's quite flat looking, and one of the easiest ways to grade Slog material is to apply something called an S-curve to the footage, and that's very simple to do. Down here we have the curves tool, and you'll see this line here. Now to create an S-curve, all we do is we take a point down here at the bottom of the curve, somewhere roughly around here, the exact position isn't critical, and we move the curve down, and you can see straight away how the contrast in the picture improves. Next we go to the top here and we pick another point and we raise that a little bit, and that brightens our picture up, and you can see now that the picture looks quite colourful, it's quite contrasty, it's already looking pretty good. And this type of curve is called an S-curve. Once you've applied an S-curve, you can use your normal grading tools such as lift, gamma, gain, or the color wheels. We can go to color wheels here by selecting the primaries wheels, and then if we need to adjust the color, we can change the gain, we can warm the picture up, cool it down. You can see how much we can change it. It's very quick and it's very easy to do. The gain setting changes the overall look of the image, the gamma will largely change the contrast, and the lift setting will generally affect how dark your shadows are. Once you've graded your footage, you want to think about exporting it, and to do that we go to the delivery room. So down at the bottom of the screen we click on Deliver, and from here we can export our footage, and we have lots of options. A very useful option in DaVinci Resolve is up here, top left, is to be able to select individual clips. Now when we export this project, instead of exporting one file with all the clips in it, each clip will be exported with its own unique file name. And that's very useful when you're going from one edit application into Resolve to do the grading and then back to the same edit application. If we scroll down here a little bit, you can see that under file name we can either have a custom file name or have the original source file name if we want. We can also add a prefix and things like that, but typically when you're doing this type of workflow where you're batch converting your files, you would use the source file name so that the file name of the new clip matches that of the original. In terms of codec options, we have lots. We have everything from QuickTime to AVI to MXF, JPEG 2000, DXF, EXR and DPX. Lots and lots of options here for rendering. A very commonly used codec, of course, is Apple's ProRes. We have all the flavors of Apple's ProRes, and we can also set the resolution and things like that. So once you've chosen your desired settings for your output, you click on Add to Render Queue. Now you choose where you're going to save your clip or clips to, and if necessary, create a new folder. Let's call this one Test. Click OK. So now the files are going to be saved into the folder here called Test, and when we're ready to go, we click Start Render, and DaVinci Resolve will render out my footage as individual clips in this particular case to that folder. DaVinci Resolve is a really powerful tool. It's free, the basic version, and the basic version will allow you to work all the way up to Ultra HD resolution. I really recommend you give it a try. It's actually quite easy to use and doesn't take much time to learn. So that's DaVinci Resolve.